Hi there, welcome to another episode of Randomly Marlie. And this is a new exciting episode because it is my first vlog. Exciting. I started doing voice lessons so I feel like I can sing all of a sudden. Anyway, just whatever. So I want to be talking about the concert, the Ykee Benda concert, the Singa concert, you guys. And when I tell you that I'm still hungover from that concert, like not alcohol hungover, but like it's still in my brain. Like I can't get it out. It's stuck. Like oh my god. I went for this concert with expectations of a good show. Like I expected it to be good because I like Ykee Benda's music because it's different. It doesn't use the same Chidandali beats that most of the other Ugandan artists use. No shade meant, but that's just how I feel. No shade intended. Sounds like better English, right? Yeah. So I went with, good expectations. I expected a good show. Yo, when I tell you that show exceeded my expectations by like 100. It just like it was a really, really good show. I have so many highlights from the show, but I'll just share, like some of the main major highlights. Number one, he started at 9 p.m. and he finished his last set at 1 a.m. That's 4 good hours of a good show. And I like the fact that we came to see Ykee Benda, and Ykee Benda is what we saw. Because you see, a lot of the concerts that I go for, especially when we have international artists coming, all the concerts that I've been for, you have curtain raisers. So you know that you're going to watch Marlie perform, but before Marlie for like a whole 2 hours, you're watching one person, another person, another person, another person, another person, another person. So by the time this person comes, they sort of build the hype if they do a good job, but you've paid to watch 6 hours of a show to see the person whose name is on the concert poster for 1 hour out of those 6 hours. You know what I mean? So here we had 5 hours, 4 hours of the show, and 4 hours of the show for the owner of the show. So that was like, I don't know if I'm making sense, but like that was like a huge highlight for me because it's like, guys, we came to see Ykee Benda and Ykee Benda delivered, and we saw him and we watched the whole thing. So he started at 9. First of all, we started with the national anthem. Who does that? I was like, are you serious? And then we sang the Buganda anthem because the Katikiro was around. So I feel like that makes sense. But like we did like the anthem, like the Uganda national anthem, like for real. But anyway, it's okay. And then some lead dancers came, they were all wearing white. That was like the theme in the beginning. Then it shifted to like black and gold. I caught that, Ykee. So everyone that came on in the beginning was in white. So some dancers came wearing all white. And they some dancers came wearing all white, and they danced and they performed and they did some cool breakdance moves and some other, like it was like a whole well coordinated dance thing. Oh yeah. They were like just dancing, doing some cool things like down, those things on the floor. What? Then we just see Ykee emerge from like, I don't know, clouds of like smoke, and like I was like was so dope. And then he started with, I don't remember what that's what he started with. Was it Mona Kajambo? Which is like a really good way of, like, I like that. Like, that's like, when I tell you, I feel like every single detail down to the T was like thought out and prepared for, because now he did that Kajambo song, which is like, you know, hey, like, greetings, like I have come. That was dope. Then, I'm sorry, I'm stuck. So he did that and a few other songs. Then he invited an artist on stage, Fefe Busi. They have a collabo together, so they sang. Next thing I know, Ykee Benda was off the stage. He had disappeared. I was like, oh, okay. So I figured he had gone to change. Fefe Busi entertained the crowd. He did a couple of freestyles. He did like a whole freestyle for like a whole 5-10 minutes, like freestyling. Then he went through the crowd. He was talking to people, talking about people in the crowd, like freestyling. You, oh my god, it was a really good performance. Like, he's a crowd mover.
That's what
Benda came back on for the next set, still in white. That's the one now where he had the angel wings. And I think that's the set where he sang a gospel song as well. Is it? No, he sang Ebiroto, right? Yeah, he sang that Ebiroto song. So he did that set, you know, with the wings, took off the wings, switched to a coat, and his costumes were also really creative, and I liked that. So he sang a few songs, then he left. Then he came back. Then I think this is also the set where he did a song with Rema. So you see, his thing was so well planned out that everything was running smoothly. Like, I don't know if he's been preparing for the show from the time that he announced, but I know, because I know he announced last year in like November or December that he was going to do a show, and I would actually believe that he's been practicing for it since that day that he announced, because it was seamless, flawless, like everything. So he did that song with Rema, then he disappeared. Then Rema stayed on and she entertained us again some more. She did, I think, another song, then she disappeared. Then the thing that I liked is that he also had a few upcoming artists, like people that are not necessarily mainstream artists in the Ugandan music industry, but you know, a few people know them here and there. So he had acts like Afri, he had is that a cappella group? No, not those ones. I'm thinking of all the a cappella groups I know except the one that came. Spring Gents. He had some guy on the trumpet that set the house on fire. It was a really good show. I don't even know how to explain it. There was, what else was there? So I saw on his tickets and on the posters and things like that he was calling himself the King of Africa, and I was like, that's a very bold statement. I like it. I was like, okay. He really showed us he was the king. For one of his sets, one of the things that I liked the most about it, a dance troupe came on. You know those cultural dance troupes? Those ones came on. I was like, oh, I like this. I would not have expected this. So we were dancing and I was like, yeah, this is dope. This is lit. Then he comes on, sitting on a chair, being carried by 4 men. You know how they used to do it in ancient Africa, where kings and royalty basically would be carried on chairs or on stools, raised high, being lifted by like 4, 6, whatever people, but like, you know, they'd come through the crowd high above everyone else, lifted on like a chair or just, you know, some furniture or something. I was like, yep, you the king. I allow, like, I'm done, I stand, I can't. Whoa. So there was that, he came on, and then, of course, to corroborate the, you know, what he was doing that particular festivity and that particular set, he did cultural songs in different languages. I think he did one in like somewhere from the north. It sounded like Acholi, but I'm not sure. Then he did Unyakore. Then he did Uganda. Oh my god, it was dope. I loved it. I saw that, and you know, at that moment I was like, I don't know if there's anything else you can do beyond here that's going to like surprise me. Like, this has taken the cake. But of course it just kept getting better and better. I was like, like I saw that and I was like, tell me any Ugandan artist who can think of, I didn't want to compare, but I just saw that and I was like, tell me anyone who has done this before. No one. This is new, this is different, and I like it. It was just, I was so amused. The runway. Munna Kampala, he sang that song and then just kept going, Munna Kampala, Munna Kampala, as different models were coming forward, just walking, you know, just basically, you know, the Kampala girls, just, you know, strutting our stuff. Yep. It was incredible. And then he left Singa. Oh my god. It was so beautifully performed that I still hear it playing in my head. Like, I can hear it. Like, I just be sitting there and I'm hearing like the trumpet and the piano. Like, I really have a thing for live music. Like, I like to hear nice, live, authentic music. Not like just jidandali of hearing speakers. Like, I like music in general. But to hear like the authenticity of someone's voice and music in its singer. So it was really, really, really a good show. And all I have to say is kudos to you. Ykee Benda, you did a really good job. It was so worth it. It was so fun. And I won't be thinking about this until like the next concert I go for that blows my mind. That's the truth. So it could be another month, it could be another year, it could be, I don't know. But the next concert that blows my mind is probably when I'll stop talking about this, because like, wow, yeah. And you did so amazing. And I loved it. And yeah, so just drop your comments, guys. Let me know what you guys thought. If any of you here attended the concert or you saw pictures and videos, tell me, is there something that you liked about it or something that you don't like? Just share your comments about your experience from the show. Also about what you thought about this vlog. Also about what, like, do you like live music as much as I do, or do you prefer to just hear someone shout over their own song, like, you know, from the speakers? Like, you want to hear the song the way you hear it playing on the radio, or like, what's your preference? Just let's engage. Whatever you feel like talking about, related of course to this vlog, hit me up in the comment section. And of course, don't forget to follow me on my socials. Marlie Keisha Maza, randomly Marlie. We out.